Hey guys, this is a video about surface area. I wasn't planning on doing a video on surface area because it's pretty straightforward. You have your three-dimensional geometric figure. You figure out the area of each of the faces, add them up, you get surface area. It's pretty straightforward. But then I ran across the surface area of a cone, which is a little more difficult and not so intuitive. About where the formula comes from, so that's what this video is for. So we have a cone. We have our radius and our slant height. Let's see. We'll use 5 and 10. Some pretty easy numbers. Alright, so basically surface area is just the area of the faces of a three-dimensional geometric figure. So for this figure, we simply have the face, the bottom face, which is a sphere, a circle, and that just pi r squared. If you want a derivation for that, I have a video on that. Check it out. So pi r squared, which would be 5 squared, which would equal 25 pi. So then that's the area of the bottom circle. Now the tricky part comes when trying to figure out the surface area of the actual, I guess you could call it the cone. The way you do this, or the way I think about it, is that if you cut this out and open it out, you'll get a figure that looks like this with like that. Like this here will be what you have left. This is just the rest of the circle completed. This here being the slant height of the cone. Okay, so finding the surface area of this from here is a little more straightforward. You could probably guess what we can do from here. The way to find the surface area, or the area now of this partial circle, is a ratio of the whole area to the area that we want. And the way that we can go about and find this ratio is the circumference. The circumference of this whole circle, remember, is just 2 pi r, or pi times the diameter, which just would be, in this case, 20 pi for the circumference of the circle. That would be the whole way around. Now, we only want this part here. Can you figure out how we can calculate that? Take a second, pause the video, think about it for a second. The way we do this is this part here, if you think about it, this face here is this bottom piece. And when you roll it up, this here is the same length as this here, because that's where it came from, right? If you could picture that. If not, you could probably go on Google, something like that. Type up surface area of a cone, something like that. Print one out and fold it up, and you'll see that this length here is just the surface. The circumference of this the base circle. So then that would be with this radius. So that'd be 2 pi r should be 10 pi for this length. So now we have a ratio, 10 pi over 20 pi, which just would be 1/2. And so now we find the area of the whole circle, times it by our ratio, and get the surface area of the whole cone by adding the surface area of the base circle and the surface area of the cone piece part. So now pi r squared, so it'd be multiplied by pi r squared 10 squared, which would be 100 pi, divided by 2, which would be 50 pi, plus the 25, pi equals 75 pi. That got really sloppy at the end. Forgive me for that. There it is. This is really long. This is actually the way that I do it. If this would be on a test for me, this is the way I would do it. I wouldn't memorize the formula. But the formula is definitely way faster for this problem. For this one specifically. Like, I took the SAT 2 for math, and you need the formula for this one on that test because you have to go fast. But if pressure and time isn't a problem on a test or just homework, I would say this is the way to go. But I stress knowing the concept and not always using the formulas, but I don't want you to take away that don't use the formulas and don't know them. They are helpful and worth knowing, and sometimes you need to know them. So, know both. So that's pretty much it. Hope this helps.